Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. That was super sweet of you. So in today's video, we are going to be using the much anticipated Jackie Aina X Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Jackie Aina is a YouTuber and a makeup artist who I admire and look up to quite a bit, and I watch all of her videos. So when she announced she was collaborating with ABH, I was just like, it could be anything and I would buy it. I think she is great, and I truly believe that she wouldn't release something that isn't fantastic. And spoiler alert, it is. It is fantastic. This is an amazing palette. I've created so many looks using only this palette, and I think that's a big misconception about it. I think a lot of people, some silly white people, saw this palette and thought, this is not for me. This was not aimed for me. She only makes palettes for people of color. She only aims things towards people of color. And what a ridiculous thing to say, first of all. But this palette is for everybody. And she said in her statement that she wanted to make a palette that worked for everyone, particularly paying attention to people of color and people of deeper and medium skin tones. And I think that's awesome. And I think she did exactly that. You can very much see that these are bold, pigmented colors that are going to show up on everyone and allow opportunities for many different looks on every skin tone, and I think that is awesome, and I'm so excited to create more looks with it. This is such an inspiring palette. Oh my gosh, I'm giving the review right up front. Look, I'm telling you before the video even starts, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. But I believe it's only available on the ABH website right now, and it's going to be available on Sephora, but I know it's available on the ABH website right now. They offer a 15% discount code for people who sign up for their email list. I only ended up paying like $38 for this. I did not spend as much money as I expected to have to spend on this, and even $45, I know I'm a cheap lady. I know that I'm over here like talking like $45 is nothing when I won't spend $6 on a single item at any given time. Like, I am a cheap lady. But I'm willing to invest in something when I know that the quality is really good and when I know that the purpose is really good, because she made this palette with such love and with such good intentions, and you can't use it and not see that. Like, it's so beautifully thought out, from down to the packaging, to all of the shade names, to all of the colors, to her whole concept behind it and why she made it. And I think it's awesome. I'm just giddy to have it in my possession, I guess you could say. But if you like Jackie Aina, and if you like makeup, and if you like purple smoky wings, then I hope that you will keep on watching. Alright, so for our first step, we are just going to stamp some of that purple base color onto the lash line. I jumped the gun a little bit, I already started. But I went into this matte purple big wig right here, and I believe in her video she said that was a pressed pigment, which will make sense because it's very pigmented. And what I'm gonna do is just stamp it along the lash line, getting as close as I possibly can. And then I'm gonna be blending it out a bit later because, as I said, this is a smoky wing. But for now, I'm just stamping that color down. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is creating the tail of my wing. So the way I usually like to start out a smoky wing is I go in with the same color on the top but on the lower lash line, because I'm going to extend the wing from the exact point that my lower lash line curves up. So I want it to all be very connected, very smoked out, very put together. So I'm going into that same color, but really just lightly putting it there, trying to figure out my shape here. I'm going to stop in the middle of the eye. I'm not going all the way in. Stamping up. And I don't need to go too high because I'm going to be able to bring it out further later. I just want to see the direction my wing is going. Still in that same color. I just am loving big wig today. I'm going to bring that wing in. Careful to look straight ahead because I have slightly hooded eyes, so I want to be able to see where my wing is going. And stamping and dragging, stamping and dragging. Alright, so now I'm just going to start to fill in that wing area here. outer part, keeping it very light though. I don't want to apply too much pressure and put down too much pigment right now because I want this look to be very smoked out, very smoky. Actually, I think I'm going to switch to a pencil brush. I feel like that will be the better way to fill in this area a little quicker and a little more smoky. I promise I am going to use other colors. I just really wanted to make this color bigwig, the structure of the wing, and the outer portion of the wing. But in the middle, there's going to be other shades, okay? So just like hang tight. Alright, so now that I am satisfied with the amount of pigment on that outer corner, I'm going to switch to another shade. And the shade I am switching to is right above. It's right above Bigwig, and this one is called Pinker. Still using my pencil brush, and I'm going to pop that pigment right in this empty space here. And just blending it into the color that I already have down. Now we're blending. Alright, very nice, very nice. So now that I have filled that color in, I'm struggling to see myself with such a chunky wing at the end here. I'm so ready to smoke this out. So I'm taking this clean pencil brush. It is clean, just stained black, it is clean. And I'm going to try to bring that wing out a little bit. So it's just taking that pigment that's already laid down here and just bringing it upwards. So now I'm dragging the pigment down in the other direction to connect it to the lower lash line. I just want to make sure there's no patchy areas. So I'm going to dip into Pinker a little bit. I think I want to put a little bit of Pinker, that pinky purpley shade I went in with on the top, and I want to put a little on the lower lash line because I think these colors mixed look really pretty. Going a little further into the lower lash line, lightening up, creating sort of an ombre effect. Alright, awesome. Well, I am sufficiently satisfied with the way that wing looks so far. So now I think it's time we dipped into some shimmery shades. Alright, so with the shimmer shades in this palette, there's definitely some fallout, which I'm not mad at because I believe she said some of these are pressed shimmers, pressed glitters, pressed pigments, not pressed glitters, definitely like pressed metallics, I think. But so they do kick up a lot in the pan, which doesn't really bother me because I use glitter glue, so everything is fine. So I would say if you're going to use the shimmers in this palette, that you stay with the glitter glue. Not all of them, because Soleil, right here, my friend right here, she doesn't need any glitter glue. She is great on her own. But with some shades like Zam or Shookington or Trust Issues or Doulas, I would definitely recommend a glitter glue. And today I'm going to be going in with Shookington on my wing here. So I'm going to take just a little bit of glitter glue. So now I'm going to go back in with a clean brush here, and I'm going to wet it just so it sticks to the brush more when I apply it. So, alright, as previously stated, I'm going to be dipping into Shookington. Right, still going to tap off the excess. You'll also notice I'm doing my eyes first, so if I get a little fallout on my face, I'm not going to be mad. Right, stamping that where we put the glitter glue. I may have tapped off too much. I'm gonna try not tapping it off. Oh wow, that's really pretty. It's like an amethysty blue. Do you see it? Do you see it? Amethysty blue purple. So pretty! So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little more blending on the edge of where the glitter ends here so it doesn't look so stark. I am gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye and then put lashes on and then come back and take a look at what it looks like with a lash, I guess. So stay tuned. Alright, so this is the finished look for my purple smoked out wing situation that I was going for with this palette today. So for me, this palette is an absolute home run. I mean, I think it's fantastic. It's not a first impressions. This is my third look that I have done with this palette. I will try to, if I can figure out how, insert pictures of the other two looks that I have done with it. but I have basically used every shade at this point, and I have to say they're all great. Like, they're all, we knew they were gonna be great because they're Anastasia shadows, and aside from Subculture, all of their palettes have been fantastic. It's a great formula. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you like it, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up and like it, and I hope you'll subscribe. If you've made it this far, that means that you like were not annoyed by me enough to turn the video off. So like, just subscribe. You can unsubscribe later if you decide that I am annoying. If it's in 10 minutes, that's fine. I still get the notification, so still good for me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.